We're busy with a series of talks in conversation with uncertainty. In the first conversation, we mentioned HRV or heart rate variability as a means of managing and perhaps benefiting from uncertainty. In this specific contribution, we will now look at HRV in particular with its effect in conditions of uncertainty. In the rhythm of life, our hearts beat to a unique cadence, a symphony of pulsations that tell the story of our well-being. Amidst the bustling cacophony of existence, there exists a quiet yet profound narrative embedded within each heartbeat, the tale of heart rate variability. Like a gentle breeze stirring the leaves of a tree, heart rate variability or HRV whispers secrets about our physiological balance, offering insights into our health, resilience, and also capacity for self-care. In this specific talk, we will look at HRV. What is HRV or heart rate variability? What is the research narrative? And if HRV is beneficial, how can we then improve it? What are the implications for care and self-care? And offering some sources for further reading. First of all, heart rate variability or HRV. What might the clinical discourse be? Heart rate variability should be distinguished from heart rate. So how does heart rate variability and heart rate or HR, how do these two differ then? Heart rate can be understood to measure in beats per minute. It does not require exact times, just the average of beats in a given time period. Generally, a low heart rate indicates rest, while a high heart rate corresponds with exercise or exertion, or even tension, stress. While heart rate focuses on the average beats per minute, that's the unit in which it's measured, heart rate variability or HRV measures the specific changes in time or variability between successive heartbeats. The time between beats is measured in milliseconds and is called an RR interval or interbeat interval. As you can see from this slide, there are different RR intervals indicated in the graphic at the bottom. Let's have a look at a general understanding of heart rate variability. Generally, a low heart rate variability or less variability in the heartbeats. Remember, heart rate variability is a measure of variability or the change in time between heartbeats. So generally, a low heart rate variability indicates that the body is under stress, either from exercise, psychological events, or other internal or external stresses. So higher HRV on the other hand, or greater variability between heartbeats, usually means that the body has a strong ability to tolerate stress or is strongly recovering from prior accumulated stress. So it is a measure of potential to manage stress, to tolerate stress. At rest, and this is also very important, at rest, a high HRV is generally favorable and a low HRV is unfavorable. Let's try and understand this. When you're at rest, the body does not require a consistent high heart rate. Whereas in rest, the heart rate does not need to be consistently high to provide oxygen and nutrition to the body as is required. So when in an active state, lower relative HRV is generally favorable, while a high HRV can be unfavorable. So generally speaking, in rest, a high HRV desirable. Let's have a look at heart rate variability and the nervous system. When you're in a relaxed state with a high HRV, this is when your parasympathetic nervous system takes over. Now, remember, parasympathetic is rest and digest. When you're in a stress state with a correspondingly low HRV, your sympathetic nervous system takes over. This is the fight or flight based system, one that helps you respond to momentary stresses. So let's have a look at heart rate variability as an indicator of health. Studies have shown that people with low HRV are more likely to have, this is quite scary, insulin resistance, diabetes, high blood pressure, inflammation, heart disease, liver disease, depression, or anxiety. Conversely, those with high HRV, heart rate variability, have been shown to experience lower levels of inflammation, slower aging, an interesting one, slower aging, lowered blood sugar, increased ability to adapt to new situations. And is that not such a topical or a relevant matter in times of stress? So, in short, high HRV is a good broad indicator of health, one that some researchers are saying is as representative of overall well-being as, say, blood pressure or cholesterol levels. The best part yet, HRV is a non-invasive way to track and identify nervous system imbalances. It's relatively easy to determine one's HRV with apps and heart monitor measures. It's no longer necessary to evaluate the heart rate variability with an expensive electrocardiogram in a medical office, which is why doctors like us are so excited about the prospects of using HRV to help patients understand and understand these measures of their own well-being. These are just graphics illustrating HRV variability in the measure. Right, the research narrative. The research has indicated that counseling has been associated with improved heart rate variability. The vagal nerve can be considered to be another topic for discussion. So, how might we impact our heart rate variability? So, decreases in your heart rate variability over the short term can result from stress, poor sleep, quantity and quality of sleep, of course, diet, food intolerances, alcohol, sickness, excessive exercise, heart therapy, and medication like antihistamine or antidepressants. On the other hand, over time, so these were short-term factors. Now, long-term factors may include, as we've said, age, unfortunately, chronic disease or inflammation, chronic stresses or burnout, one of the conditions of our time, chronic lack of sleep, lack of fitness, mind, overtraining, and an unhealthy environment. Increases over the short term may be affected by improved diet, general balanced diet, improved sleep, once again, both the quantity and the quality of sleep, and then breathing exercises. Breathing exercises like the MAP process, etc., may benefit the HRV. Hot and cold therapy, saunas and cold showers. Then, interesting enough, intermittent fasting may improve HRV in the short term. Supplements like omega-3 and some others may have an impact on HRV. And getting into a flow state. In other words, perhaps focusing on mindfulness practices, meditation, etc. And of course, lowered stress. Yeah, once again through meditation and perhaps taking vacations. Long-term increases, long-term effects might result from aerobic fitness, walking. Walking is a good example. Manage stresses, hot therapy, ketogenic diet, reduced alcohol intake, and no overtraining. Okay, and now implications for self-care. What might those be? When we look at heart rate variability and care, HRV resulted in significant improvements in the ability to self-regulate, along with significant improvements in a wide range of cognitive functions. Very important. It resulted in significant improvements in the ability to self-regulate. So results show an association between higher vaguely mediated HRV and better decision-making performance, especially under risk and uncertainty. Here, the uncertainty aspect, which I've mentioned right at the start. HRV could be considered a biomarker of making decisions. Here we can quote Forte et al. In conclusion, the integration of heart rate variability monitoring and narrative therapy offers a transformative approach to care and self-care, a journey that honors the interconnectedness of mind, body, and spirit. By exploring the narratives of our hearts and minds, we gain insight into the stories that shape our experiences, empowering us to rewrite our narratives and cultivate wellness from within. As we embrace the wisdom of HRV and narrative therapy, may we discover new pathways to healing, growth, and resilience in the tapestry of our lives. You might explore some of these sources for further reading, and there are even some videos which you can also watch.